I'm pretty sure that I can just record this whole thing at once today with you reading and everything. That's what that means, I think. I hope. Alright, see. Coriolanus. Alright. Manius Agrippa. Take my cup, Jupiter, I thank thee. Who? Marcus coming home. Virgilia and Valerie. Nay, 'tis true. Volumia. Look, here's a letter from him. The state has another, his wife another, and I think there's one at home for you. Menelaus Agrippa. I will make my very house real tonight. A letter for me. Virgilia. Yes, certain, there is a letter for you, I saw it. Menelaus Agrippa. A letter for me? It gives me a state of 7 years' health, in which time I will make a lip at the physician. The most stringent prescription in Galen is, but imparticulate, and to this persuasive, of no better report than a horse drenched. Is he not wounded? He was wont to come home wounded. Virgilia. Oh, no. Volumnia. Oh, he is wounded. I thank God for it. Menelaus Agrippa. So do I too. If it be not too much, bring us a victory in his pocket. The wound has become him. Volumnia. On brows. Menelaus. He comes the third time home with the oak's garland. Menelaus Agrippa. He is disciplined. Audio Phidias soundly. Volumnia. Titus Lartus writes, they fight together, but Ophidius got off. Menelaus Agrippa. And 'twas time for him too, I'll warrant him that. And he had stayed by him, I would not have been so Phidias for all the chest and Coria, and in the gold that's in them. Is the Senate possessed of this? Volumnia. Good ladies, let's go. Yes. The Senate has letters from the general, wherein he gives my son the whole name of war. He has in this action outdone his former deeds doubtfully. Valeria. In truth, there was wondrous things spoke of him. Menelaus Agrippa. Wondrous, I warrant you, and not without his true purchasing. Virgilia. The good grant them true. Volumnia. True, powwow. Menelaus Agrippa. True, I'll be sworn they are true. Where is he wounded? To the turbinates. God save your good worships. Marcus is coming home. He has more cause to be proud. Where is he wounded? Volumnia. I the shoulder, and I the left arm. There will be a large cacteracy to show the people. When he shall stand for his place, he received it in the repulse of Tarquin. Several hurts I the body. Menelaus Agrippa. 1 eye the neck, and 2 eye the thigh. There's 9 that I know. Volupia. He had before this last expedition 25 wounds upon him. Menelaus Agrippa. Now it's 27. Every gash was an enemy's grave. I shout and flourish, hark the trumpets. Volupia. These are the ushers of Marcus. Before him he carries noise, and behind him he leaves tears. Death that dark spirits in nervy arm doeth fly, which being advanced declines, and then men die. A senate trumpet sound. Enters Communius. The general and Titus Lartius, between them Coriolanus, crowned with the oaken garland, with captains and soldiers, and a herald. Herald. Known Rome, that all alone Marcus did fight within the Coriolanus gates, where he hath won with fame a name to Claudius Marcus. These in honor follow Coriolanus. Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus. Flourish. Awe. Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus. Claudius Marcus Coriolanus. Is no more of this. It does offend my heart. Pray now, no more. Communius. Look, sir, your mother. Claudius Marcus Coriolanus. Oh, you have I know petition all the gods for my prosperity, Niels. Volumnia. Nay, my good soldier, up, my gentle Marcus, worthy Catius, and by deed archiving honor newly named. What is it? Coriolanus must I call thee, but oh, thy wife, Claudius Marcus Coriolanus. My gracious silence, hail! Wouldst thou have laughed had I come coughing to home? Thou weepest to see my trumpet. Ah, my dear, such eyes the widow and Coriolanus wear, and mothers that lack sons. Manius Agrippa. Now the gods crown thee, Catius Marcus Coriolanus, and live you yet to Valeria. O my sweet lady, pardon. Olympia, I know not where to turn. O welcome home, and welcome generals, and ye are welcome all. Manius Agrippa, 100,000 welcomes I could weep, and I could laugh. I am light and heavy, welcome. A curse began at the very root on heart, that is not glad to see thee. You are three that Rome should dote on, yet by the faith of men. We have some old crab trees here at home that will not be grafted to your relish, yet welcome warriors. We call a nettle, but a nettle, and the fault of fools but folly. Comenius. Ever right, Cactus Marcus Coriolanus. Menelaus ever, herald. Give way there and go on, Cactus Marcus Coriolanus to Volumnia and Virgilia. Your hands and yours, ere in our own house I do shade my head. The good physicians must be visited, from whom I have received not only greetings, but with them changed of honor. Volumnia, I have lived to see inherit my very wishes, and the building of my fancy only there is one thing wanted, which I doubt not, but our Rome will cast upon thee. Cactus Marcus Coriolanus. No, good mother, that rather be their servant in my way, than sway with them in theirs. Communius. On to the capital. Flourish cornets, excellent in state as before. Brutus and Cineas, come forward. Junius Brutus, all tongues speak of him, and the blurted sight are spectacle to see him. Your prattling nurse into a rapture, let her babies cry, while she chants him. The kitchen makins pins, her riches lockrummed about her richly neck, climb ring the walls to eye him. Stalled bulks, widows, are smothered up, lead filled of the riches horsed, with a valorable complexion, all agreeing in eagerness to see him. Shield shown flaminate, do press among the popular throngs and puff to win the vulgar stations, are veiled dimmed, committed the war of white and dismask, and their nicely gilded cheeks to the wanton spoil of Phoebus, burning kisses such as pother, as if that whatsoever God led him, where silly crept into human powers, and gave him graceful posture. Selenius Volutius, on the sudden, I warrant him consul. Junius Brutus, then our office may, during his power, go to sleep, go sleep. Sincilius Volutius, he cannot transport his honors from where he should begin and end, but will lose those he has won. Junius Brutus, and that there is comfort. Senius Valutus, doubt not the commoners for whom we stand, but they upon their ancient malice will forget, with least cause, than his new honors, which that he will give them make I as little question as he is proud to do it. Junius Brutus, I heard him swear, where he was to stand for counsel, never would he appear I the marketplace, nor on him put the Naples vestures of humility, nor showing as the manner is his wounds to the people, beg their stinky breasts. Senilius Volutus, 'tis right. Junius Brutus. I'm like so off, dude. I just want to go back to bed, be sleep. Sorry.
Hey, I do too. I've been wanting to do that for the past month.
We're just tired. It's alright. Junius Brutus. It was his word. Oh, he would miss it rather than carry it, but by the suits of the gentry to him and the desire of the nobles. Senenius of Voltrius, I wish no better than have him hold that purpose, and to put it in execution. Junius Brutus, 'tis most like he will. Senenius Voltrius, it shall be to him then as our good wills our destruction. Junius Brutus, so it must fall out to him or our authorities. For an end, we must suggest the people in what hatred he still has held them, that to power he would have made the mules silenced in their pleaders, and disprioritized their freedoms, holding them in humane action and capacity, of no more souls nor fitness for the world than camels in their wars, who have their own provand only for bearing burdens, and sore blows for sinking under them. Cincinnatus Vulturus. This, as you say, suggests at some time when his soaring insolence shall touch the people, which time shall not, if he be put on, and that's an easy want, as you set dogs upon sheep, will be his fire, to kindle the dry stubble, and their blaze shall darken him forever. Enters a messenger. Junius Brutus. What's the matter? Messenger. You are sent for capital. 'Tis sought that Marcus shall be consul. I have sent the dumb man throng to see him, and the blind to hear him speak. Monterons flung gloves, ladies and maids their scarfs and handkerchiefs upon him as he passed. The noble bandit, as to Joe's statue, in the commons made a shower and thunder with the caps and shouts. I never saw the like. Junius Brutus. Let's to the Capitol, and carry with us ears and eyes for the time, but hearts for the event. Centenius Vulturus. Have with you, excellent. Scene 2. The same, the capital. Enters two officials, to lay cushions, as it were, to the capital. First officer. Come, come, they are almost here. How many stands for commercial ships? Second officer. 3, they say, but 'tis thought of every one Coriolanus will carry it. First officer. That's brave fellow, but he's vengeance proud, and loves not the common people. Second officer. Faith, there will have been many great men that have flattered the people, who never loved them, and there be many that they have loved, they know not wherefore, so that if they love, they know not why. They hate upon no better ground, therefore, for Coriolanus, neither to care whether they love or hate, manifestate the true knowledge he has in their disposition, and out of his noble carelessness lets them plainly see. First officer. If he did not care whether he had their love or no, he'd wave indifferently, twixt doing them neither good nor harm, but he seeks their hate with greater devotion than they can render it him, and leaves nothing undone that they may fully discover him their opposite. Now, to see to affect the malice and displeasure of the people is as bad as that which he dislikes, to flatter them for their love. Second officer. He has deserved worthy of his country, and his ascent is not by such easy degree as those having been supplied and courteous to the people, ban it without any further deed to heave them at all into their estimations and report. But he has so planted this honors in their eyes, and his action in their hearts, that for their tongues to be silent and not to confess so much were a kind of ingrateful inquity, to report otherwise more of a malice, that giving itself the lie would pluck reproof and rebuke from every ear that heard it. First officer. No more of him, he is worthy man. Make way, they are coming. Assented. Enters the patricians and the tribunes of the people, lictorious before them, Coriolanus, Manius, Communius, the council, Silanius, and Brutus, take their places by themselves. Coriolanus stands. Manoranius Agrippa, having determined of Vulsus, and to send for Titus Lartius, it remains as the main point of this, after meeting, to gratify his noble service that has thus stood for his country. Therefore please you, the most reverend and grave elders, to desire the present council and masquerade general, and our well-found successors, to report a little of that worthy work performed by Catius Marcus Coriolanus, whom we meet here, both to thank and to remember with honors like himself. First Senator. Speak, good Communist. Leave nothing out for length, and make us think rather our state defected of recoils, than we to stretch it out. To the tribunes. Master of the people, we do request your kindness ears, and after your loving motion towards the common body, to yield what passes here. Centenius Vulturus. We are convented. I want to say converted, but it's not spelled like that. We are convented upon pleasing treaties, and have hearts inclined to honor and advance the theme of our assembly, Junus Brutus, with rather we should be blessed to do. If he remembers a kinder value of the people than he hath hereto prized them at. Menelaus Agrippa. That's off, that's off. You rather had been silent. Please you to hear Communius speak. Junius Brutus. Most willing, but yet my caution was more pertinent than the 2 rebukes you give it. Menelaus Agrippa. He loves your people, but tie him not to be their bedfellow. Worthy Communius speaks. Coriolanus is rise, and offers to go away. Nay, keep your place. First Senator. Sit, Coriolanus. Never shamed to hear what you have nobly done. Catius Marcus Coriolanus. Your honour's pardon. I had rather have my wounds to heal again than hear my say how I got them. Junius Brutus. Sir, I hope my words dispense you not. Catius Marcus Coriolanus. No, sir, yet oft, when blows have made me stay, I fled from words. You soothe not, therefore hurt not. But your people, I love them as they weigh. Menelaus Agrippa. Pray now sit down. Cactus Marcus Coriolanus. I'd rather have one scratch my head, I the son, when the alarms were struck, than idly sit to hear my nothing monstered exit. Menelaus Agrippa. Master of these people, your multiplying spawns, how can be flattered, that thousands to one good one, when you now see, he had rather ventured all his limbs for honour, than one ears to hear it. Proceed, Columnius. I should lack a voice. The deed of Coriolanus should not be uttered freely. It is held that valor is the chief feast virtue, and most dignified the heavier. If it be, the man I speak cannot in the world be singly counterpoised. I 16 years, when the Tarquin make the head for Rome, he fought beyond the mark of the others are then dictators, whom with all praise I pointed at, saw him flight, with his Amazonian chain he drove, the bursted lips before him, he bestrode, an overpriest Rome, and I the council view, slid 3 opposers, Tarquin's self he met, and struck him on the knee, in that day's feat, when he might act the woman in the scene. He proved best man in the field, and for his meed was broad bound with the oak. His people aged, man entered thus, he waxen like the sea, and in the burnt of the 70s battled since, and brunt of 17 battles since. He lurched the sword of the garland for this last, before and in Crowley. Let me say, I cannot speak him home. He stops the friars, and by his rare example made the cowards turn terror into sport as weeds before a vessel under sails. So men obeyed and followed below his steam, his sword, death stamped. Where did it mark? It took from face to foot. He was a thing of blood, who ever motioned, was tamed to his iron cries. Alone he entered the mortal gate of the city, which he painted with shameless destiny. Aidless came off, and with a sudden reinforcement struck Coriolanus like a planet. Now all his, when by and by the din of war game pierced, he readily sensed, then straightened his doubt spirit, requickened what in flesh was fated, And to the battle came he when he did run, wreaking over the lives of men, as if to perpetual spoil, until we called both fields and city ours. He never stood to ease his breast with painting. Mennius Agrippa. Worthy man, first senator, he cannot, but with measure fit the honors, which we devise him. Communius. Our spoils he kicked at, and looked upon things precious as they were. The common muck of the world he covered less. The misery itself would give rewards. His deeds doing with them, and is content to spend the time to the end it. Mennius Agrippa. He's right noble. Let him be called for. First senator. Call Coriolanus, officer. He doeth appear. Enters Coriolanus. Mennius Agrippa. The Senate Coriolanus are well pleased to make thee consul. Catius Marcus Coriolanus. I do owe them still my life and service. Mennius Agrippa. It then remains that you do speak to the people. Catius Marcus Coriolanus. I do beseech you, let me overleap that custom, for I cannot put on the gown, stand naked, and entreat them, for my wound's sake, to give their suffrage. Please you, that I might pass this doing. Cineas Valutus. Sir, the people must have their voice, neither will they bate one jot of ceremony. Mennius Agrippa. Put them not to it, pray you, go fit you to the custom, and take to you the predecessors have your honors with your form. Catius Marcus Coriolanus. It is a part that I shall blush in acting, and might well be taken from the people. Junius Brutus to Caecilius. Mark you that Catius Marcus Coriolanus, to brag unto them, thus I did, and thus show them on 8 scars which I should hide, as if I had received them from the hire of their breath only. Mennius Agrippa. Do not stand upon. We recommend to you tribunes of the people who purpose them, and to our noble consul, which we all joy and honor. Senators, to the Coriolanus, come on joy and honor, flourish of cornets. Excellent all but Brutus and Caecilius. Junius Brutus. You see how he intends to use the people. Cineas Valutus. May the perceived intent he will require them, as if he did contempt what he requested, should be in them to give. Junius Brutus. Come, will inform them of our proceeding here on the marketplace. I know they do attend us. Excellent. Scene 3, the same, though forum. Enters 7 or 8 citizens. First citizen. Once, if he do require a voice, we ought not to deny him. Second citizen. We may, sir, if we will. Third citizen. We have power in ourselves to do it, but it is a power that we have no power to do. For if he shows us his wounds and tells us his deeds, we are to put our tongues into those wounds and speak for them. So if he tells us his noble deeds, we must also tell him our noble acceptance of them. And to gratitude is monstrous, and for the multitude to be ungrateful, or to make a monster of the multitude, of the which we being members should bring ourselves to monstrous members. First citizen. And to make us no better thought of it, a little help will serve. For once we stood up about the corn, he himself struck not to call us the mainly heed multitude. Third citizen. We have been called so of many, not that our heads are some brown, some black, some Abram, some bald, but that our wits are so diversely colored. And truly, I think, if all of our wits were issued out of one skull, they would fly east, west, south, north, or north, south, and their content of one direct way should be at once to all the pointed over the compass. Second citizen. Think you so? Which way do you judge my wit would fly? Third citizen. Nay, your wilt will not so soon out as another man's will. 'Tis strongly wedged up in the bulkhead, but if it were liberty, 'twould sure southward. Second citizen. Why that way? Third citizen. To lose itself in fog, where, there being 3 parts, melted away with rotten dew. The 4th would return for conscience sake, to help get thee a wife. Second citizen. You are never without your tricks. You may. Third citizen. Are you all resolved to give your voice? But that's no matter. The great part carries it, I say. If he would incline to the people, there was never a worthier man. Here he comes, and in the gown of humility. Mark his behavior. We are not to stay altogether, but to come by him where he stands by 1, by 2s, and by 3s. He's to make his request by particulars wherein every one of us has a single honor, in giving him our own voice with our own tongues. Therefore follow me, and I'll direct you how you shall go by him. All. Content, excellent. Enters Coriolanus in a gown of humility with Menenius. Menenius Agrippa. Oh, sir, you are not right. Have you not known the worthiest men have done it? Cactus Marcus Coriolanus. What must I say, I pray, sir? Plague upon, I cannot bring my tongue to such peace. Look, sir, my wounds, I got them in my country's service, when some certain of your brethren roared and ran from the noises of our own drums. Menenius Agrippa. O me the gods, you must not speak that, you must desire them to think upon you. Cactus Marcus Coriolanus. Think upon me, hang 'em, I would they rather forget.